Good day, folks, and welcome back to Grower Gatherer. Thanks for joining me. On today's episode, I would like to share with you an idea that I've been playing around with. I haven't tested it out yet, but I've seen a lot of things on YouTube, a lot of videos on YouTube where this system actually works. So I'm not the inventor of the system. I'm just going to try it out as well. It seems very effective. The system in question is a self-watering and water level retaining system. That's a mouthful, I know, but I'm going to try my best to explain it to you, and hopefully you can use it as well. So let me first start off by explaining why. Why do I use these type of systems in my garden? And well, the simple reason is that I end up having to water my plants, and it takes with a watering can, and it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time going around from plant to plant, filling up, and at the end of the day, it seems as though by the time I've done filling up all the plants or watering all the plants, I've lost, I don't know, energy, I guess, to actually go ahead and look at the plants and give them more attention. So the plan behind it is so that the watering of the plants is much less effort, and so that I can give more attention to the plant itself to see if it's shorting any nutrients perhaps, or if some pests got in there and is trying to cause chaos. So yeah, more time to attend to the health of the plant itself than the watering process. All right, so so self-watering, water level retaining system. What is it, and what do we need? Well, first of all, we will need a reservoir, a main reservoir feeding into the rest of the components. For the main reservoir, I will be using this. This is a normal 10-liter container. I'm not actually quite sure what was in this container, but I know I made sure it's washed out properly, because this will be storing my nutrients. Of course, all my components I will be painting white. I live in Namibia, which is a small country in Africa, and when they talk about the African sun, there is a difference. I believe there's a difference, because it's hot over here, but we have a lot of sun, which is a plus point. So here is the container that I'll be using. As you can see, at the bottom of the container, there's a little outlet. I'm not sure what the size is. If I have to take a rough estimate, I think it will be about 20 mil. And this container will be feeding into my sump box. So it's a sump box for a float valve, and this is how I made it. I took a normal container, normal tote. I think this is about 20 liters. Speaking under correction, I could be mistaken. 25 liters. 25 liter storage box there. I'll definitely have to spray this white as well, as I'll also have to spray the piping and all of the containers white, just to get that heat away, because this will also be holding some nutrients. So let's just have a look inside. All I did was I added a float valve, and with a float valve I just made a little hole to secure it on this side of the sump box, and this will now keep a constant level within the system. This will keep a constant level within the system. And this specific level will also be the same as all the other containers that it will be feeding, like my Kratky system. Well, I'm going to have a couple more up soon, cucumbers mainly, and my wick beds or wicking systems, which I'm really impressed with. It does seem to work pretty well. It's very effective. I've had some good results with parsley. You can check that video out as well, and as well as basil. I didn't put a link up to. I didn't put a video up for that, but I'll try to add a couple of before and after photos at the end of this video. So let me explain how all this will be connected. So, nice good fit. We won't have any sunlight coming into this box. My reservoir container will simply be connected to my float valve with a flexi hose. Now the reason for the flexi hose I'll get to as soon as I explain the next part of the setup. Coffee. Oh yeah, bitter bean juice. So on the side of me here, I have another experiment going, which is the second part to the system. Let me just move this here. Hopefully you can see it a bit better. All right. Hope the pipe's not in the way. So as you can see, the water level in these two cups are the same. And as long as our feed pipe is always full and doesn't have any air bubbles inside, the level within the cups will always stay the same. Well, not level within the cups, but let me show you what I'm trying to see. What I'm trying to say. If I lift this up, this water will be transferring through this pipe into this cup, and it will end up with the same water level. So the level, gravity-wise, will stay the same. Doesn't matter what I do, as long as there's no air within this pipe. And apparently to bleed this pipe out is very easy. Let me give you an example. All right. So here's some bubbles. Here's a big bubble inside here. And apparently just to get the bubble out, all I have to do is lift this cup up. And there you go. The system is functional again. Okay, so where does this come in? So I'm going to have my reservoir with my sump. The reservoir will be feeding the sump. So just for demonstration purposes, let's say this is now my sump. This and this is now same thing. So if this is my sump, and I have a pipe running from my sump to my Kratky system. This is my Kratky system. The water level within my sump will always stay the same, and my reservoir will be feeding my sump. So this water level that's in my sump and the water level in my Kratky system will always be equal. Right? You get what I'm saying? The height of the water will always be the same. The height of the water will always be the same on both sides, as long as there's no air bubbles within the pipe. So there's a few advantages to this. And one of them is I can decide how much water I want in the containers. Like say for my wicking beds, I would want a little bit less water in because it's going to wick up in any case. So I can just put my wicking container a bit higher, and the water level inside the container will be lower, but the height of the water will always be the same. For my Kratky systems, I'd like to say, for instance, keep them at half. Then I would just lower the Kratky system, and the water level will be half then on the Kratky system. Um, yes, I do understand that the general Kratky idea was to get to use the complete amount of water for the plant's complete life cycle. But unfortunately, what I realized with that is you're gonna have to have a lot of big containers, and you're gonna have to have one, maybe two plants in each of them. So you're gonna be taking up a lot of space. Well, so what if we can make the containers smaller, but big enough for the plant to thrive in, the root system to thrive in, and just maintain the water level within that system once it reaches to a certain point, because we're gonna want to have that air gap. It's very important. All right, so I hope that this video was helpful to you guys and maybe sparked a few more ideas as to how you can go about watering your plants. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you would like to see any future videos of mine. I hope it would. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you very much for joining me, and see you again.